Welcome to The Insider by DFIN. Today, we are talking about how companies can position themselves effectively in front of investors. So today, I'm excited to be joined by Rob Agnew, co-founder and partner at Trinity Bridge Asia. There must be businesses and markets or industries in particular that have been more affected by the pandemic. And there's only so many emails you can send, but how do you really set yourself out from the crowd?
The most important is the pitch, obviously. We always highlight four things. We call it the what, the how, the money, and the who. So what do we mean by that? So it's a clear, simple statement of the pain point or the market opportunity or the client that you're trying to service with your idea or with your business. So a very clear statement of what we do. The second is how we're doing it. So what is the unique selling point for our business? How are we tackling that opportunity that we've identified in the what? The critical thing that people often forget in the pitch is how we're going to make money out of this. How do we monetize this opportunity and our solution for that opportunity? So it's absolutely vital in the first couple of minutes that you make a clear statement of how you're going to make money out of this opportunity. And then finally, I think it's important in that initial pitch that somebody hears a little bit about you and your team. There needs to be confidence that this is the right bunch of people that can deliver that what and deliver the how, and as a result of that, make money from the opportunities. We like to build models through a process of triangulation. One is the model itself. So there needs to be sound logic in that model. It needs to tell me who the customer is, how many of them are, what's the price point, how's that going to build up over revenue. However, it needs to be triangulated with two other things, in our opinion. One of them is the market itself. So having a good sense of the universe of the market that we're looking at, what's our addressable bit of it, and within that, what would our penetration be? So the second element of it is, of course, is to, if ideally have some historical sense of it. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that needs to be linear. Most models we see have some inflection point in it. We'll see that kind of classic hockey stick effect. In itself, that's not a bad thing, so long as it can be justified. In fact, actually, investors are looking for that inflection point. Most private equity and venture capital companies are looking for businesses that are on the cusp of that inflection point. They're going to go from X to 2X.
A lot of the clients we speak to, they often talk about tomorrow and their next step. But how ready do they actually have to be when they're approaching the investor for funds?
There is nothing wrong with having gaps in your pitch. Now, there may be gaps in the team, or it may be gaps in your solution, so long as you're honest about that. And in fact, actually, you often can turn that into a positive. In other words, the reason why you're having a conversation with that particular investor is he or she has a track record of having success with businesses that needed to hire that CFO. So finding the investor who's had some success at building that, often that can be turned into a positive for the investee.
How does technology kind of help or combine all these elements together to really help support that fundraising process?
If I may use one of your own products, DFIN Venue, as an example of that, having a professionally managed virtual data room is really, well, from my point of view, it's brilliant because I can see the analytics from Venue of where the investors are looking when it comes to the due diligence process. And that gives me the opportunity to prepare our investees, our clients, to the types of questions we expect. So having that analytics is brilliant for me. But I also think it's really brilliant for the company that they're showing a professional face to the market.